People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, as you guys have seen, Newcastle 0, Arsenal 2. We actually won a game. Yes, we are one of the best teams in the world when there is absolutely no pressure on us. And what I mean by that is obviously going into the game, folks, the thoughts are on Thursday. It's just about getting over this game. So clean sheet, 2 goals, captain in his first start in a while, scoring. Martinelli getting an assist and playing 80 odd minutes. El Nene had a convincing performance. Everybody's played well in this game. We've done what we've needed to do, and we can focus on Thursday. Obviously, there's a bit of momentum going into that clash, people. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. I really have enjoyed the last 2 live streams I've done today with you guys. The last furlong, let's go. What are you guys saying in the comments before I crack on? You said slap that fun, people. Today was a good day. No major complaints. We came out and responded to the shambles that was last game. Hopefully we carry it over to Thursday. Facts. Is what it is in that regards, man. Martinelli had a good game. Think he was a bit hot and cold for a couple moments, but he did his thing. SS said, time to see some proper analysis, not this Sky Sports BS. I appreciate that. James is saying it was a good game to play before Thursday. It's a harder tie, but we can do it. Is what it is in that regards, man. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for David Luiz. That's the only problem or negative you can kind of draw on this game. It's very unfortunate. We're almost at 35k, so please make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribing. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it is what it is. Nice to see everybody's in good spirits as we can be. Let's not lie. We know our football team is going nowhere fast. We know it's a game where there is no pressure. It is what it is, but we won. It's always nice to win. Definitely going away from home form and just morale has been on the floor because of our last 2 games in the league. Obviously inflated by what happened on Thursday, and what's going to happen next Thursday, I don't know. If these lot want to be in the Europa League, they know what they need to do. But other than that, it was by as good as it could be. It was largely a perfect performance, people. So if you allow me to change my screen, share my screen with you, as the game goes on, I have my own little notes and all of those sort of things, folks. 50 odd of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Going into the game, we know what to expect with Newcastle. We know Saint-Maximin, ASM, the man's a devil with a football, and there was a couple times he twisted up a couple of our players. We know Callum Wilson knows how to score. They're actually in better form going into the game. They're safe in the Premier League, in my opinion. Fulham have to do too much, but mathematically, there's that fear of going down. So they, as much as we can call it a dead rubber, because our priorities are, like you lot know, with Thursday, we can't look beyond Newcastle. We need to get over this. Obviously, we did see a bit of changes. Aubameyang grabbed the start. Martinelli, can't say he starts too often, grabbed the start. El Nene, Odegaard's getting back fit. He got a start. Bellerin got a start. I feel everybody who played did well generally. Chambers as well, before I forget, and it goes over my head, off the bench, replacing the injured David Luiz. He did well. So yeah, people, before I forget, like I said, man, first 5 minutes, I'd say first 20 in particular, but I would say first 5, you all saw it. We had a convincing start to the game. We were keeping them penned in their own half. We're forcing them into mistakes. They looked a bit scared. We started very strongly first 5 minutes, and you're wondering, can you get your goal? Can you put them to bed? And it's an unlikely source who scored, but it's El Nene. Obviously David Luiz, if I can remember correctly, David Luiz did very well in the build up to the goal, as did Hector Bellerin. Obviously, Aubameyang, he's miskicked it. Eventually, it's fallen to El Nene. El Nene's done what he's been doing a couple of occasions this season and putting the ball in the back of the net. We don't score too many goals as a football team from midfield, but we did today. Of course, the Bradker could have done a bit better, but I'm not complaining. First goal out the blocks, 1-0, good start. And for us, Newcastle are playing a back 3/back 5. The quicker you score, it kind of rips up the game plan. And I think we was all right. There was a couple of bits and pieces from Martinelli that were hot and cold. Sometimes his touch weren't quite there. I think first, he was all right in the first 10, but I feel he needed to understand the wavelengths of certain players. But when he did, had Josh Murphy the whole game on toast. Martinelli, you can imagine all the editors and YouTube guys, they're going to make them clips and there's going to be hella footage on Josh Murphy. He was doing his thing. Bellerin is flying forward. Bellerin, Bellerin had a pivotal role in the build up to the first goal. I couldn't believe that he got forward, much less put a ball in. We're doing all right, man to a man. I'm not going to spell them all out. They're doing all right. I'm liking Matt Ryan because he's chatting to people. He's telling people calm down from early. David Luiz, as well. Don't let, if I haven't said it several times, unfortunate that he's injured, but had a pivotal role in that goal. And obviously before his injury, I was looking at David Luiz is starting on Thursday for me. If Aubameyang's fit, he starts. I did feel first 5-10, we've got that goal. We've got them in their own half. Let's press them. Let's before they wake up and realize Arsenal are in poor form. It's 1-0. It's only 1-0, and we need to wake up. Let's put the game to bed. And I feel, that's what we needed to do. We largely, based on how they played, we were keeping them in their own half. Saint-Maximin and Wilson for large parts, in fact, the whole game, but just this period they're isolated. But there was a couple of times Saint-Maximin, he's dropped deep, he's turned, and he's shown that he's a baller, and it's not harmed us. But in the back of your head, there are warning signs. As an Arsenal fan, you're never happy at 1-0, and you're always thinking it could be a game we're controlling for 90 minutes. They get one, boom, they've scored, and this team have shown that they've done that against Liverpool. So we needed to get more goals. I did think we were at it, more, like I said, first 10 minutes, Martinelli's having a lot of joy against Murphy. I don't know what I was trying to say here. I think what I tried to say there is Newcastle look a bit shy and a bit scared. I was quite disappointed, I'll take it, but I thought there was going to be more belief from Steve Bruce's men. Again, I'm being harsh on Saint-Maximin because I think this led to a corner, but I don't know how Saint-Maximin missed that in the 18th minute. Matt Ryan has saved our bacon. It's too easy from Ceballos and Bellerin. There were a couple of occasions Bellerin was over covering and Matt Ritchie was getting down that side, but generally we did all right in that regards. But this is what I'm saying. There's warning little bits and pieces because after the first 10 odd minutes, Newcastle did kind of wake up and realize, okay, we need to play. I did think the tempo was good from us, but I think it was a bit slow from both sides because I was liking the pass we was doing. We were sustaining pressure, and we had a lot of possession. But I was thinking sometimes on the count, if we just done it a bit earlier, we could hit them. And 20 minutes in, we've scored in that. I know Xhaka's forced a good save at some point from the Brad car. I know El Nene's had a shot saved off the line, a header saved off the line. But I did think we needed to work the Brad car a bit more. It's lovely in the first half, so we had 12 shots, but we only had 3 on target. And as you lot know, we need to work a bit better. But going into this game, as you lot know, breaking down the low block was always going to be the difficulty or where we was looking at. So to see that we've broken down the low block fairly easily today, I'm all with that. Please make sure you're hitting the like button as well, people. So like I said, I do think Newcastle made it easy for us because they weren't pressing us. They're allowing us 100 years in possession. We was having joy and we relished it, really. I like how Matt Ryan wasn't taking any risk. We're looking confident. But in the back of your mind, Newcastle are warming up. The game is starting to open up. ASM is loading. He's starting to get involved a bit more. And soon you're fearful once again that the penny drops for them, that they're in a game of football. But we did what we needed to do. 25 minutes in and I'm starting to feel we're playing well. I'm actually quite positive today, like what I'm seeing, but it feels like an element of the same old story in that we need to shoot more. We need to test the keeper. We are having sustained pressure, but we need to work the keeper more and put some more daylight between the teams and kill all the belief people. Like I said, I already spoke about Xhaka's shot and then they shot off the line. But generally, apart from, I think Xhaka's actually having a good game at left back. I feel he's involved. I think Bellerin's doing all right. The midfielders are doing all right. A lot of people are saying Aubameyang's quiet. I didn't necessarily think so. I think he was dropping deep. He's doing little 1-2 passes. Odegaard's playing well. He's still not fully fit. Philly was playing within himself a bit, but for me, he's linking up well. Even Williams doing half decent. I think we're doing all right. But we just need to focus because there were some elements we did have. We were a bit sloppy. And I remember there was a time Xhaka's having a good game, but he was doing all right. The ball was going out. He's tried to backheel it off the Newcastle man and they could have countered. There was some opportunities they could have done that. Callum Wilson in wide areas had some chances as well. There was few chances. And again, at half time, you're scared of that fight back because you don't want Newcastle's manager to tear into them. You don't want the players' pennies to drop. But we're doing all right, man. I did feel we have a high line. And as much as we're controlling possession, you saw Gabriel, David Luiz went on large periods. All of the Arsenal players saw plenty of the ball, even Matt Ryan when he could. I did think, though, when we're playing the high line, we need to be wary because they do have quick players. And obviously at 1-0, this is how I'm feeling. And when you're seeing things like the Xhaka back heel, coulda, woulda, shoulda's not facts, but these are things to remember. I'm liking how the front men are not saying much. Yeah, Maximin sent Xhaka. I think he even spanned Martinelli and a couple other men. But He's not really doing anything. Wilson isn't doing anything. We're winning the midfield battles. We're winning our individual battles. You know, we need to only thing work the keeper a bit more and score some goals. It's as simple as that, really. We're doing what we need to do. Like I said, we know we need to be a bit more clinical, and it's not going to change in one game. We had 12 shots, 3 on target. We need to test the keeper a bit more, because the one time we did, you know, realistically, it was a good move, but he should have saved it on any shot. And like I said, can we just break a tiny bit quicker, because we are playing quite well? I am starting at halftime. I'm fearful of that comeback from Newcastle, and we need to rise to the challenge. And also Mike Dean, because in a fair way, I don't think in the first half Mike Dean got too many things wrong or anything wrong, really. I quite forgot he's the manager, but you know them sort of referees, not manager, you know them sort of referees, they're Hollywood. They'll never miss an opportunity to make it about them. And I didn't want Arsenal to be on the losing side, really and truly. So I felt in the game, you know, we're doing well. We're battling. We're moving the ball well. Positive I give them is I can't see that we've made any changes, because some men have been taken out the team, some men have started for fitness purposes, and I can't lie, for Odegaard, to a degree, Martinelli, definitely for Aubameyang, he's battling malaria. I don't think he's, again, I'm sure he's not at optimal fitness levels, but he's not looking significantly off the pace. I think he's doing all right. You know, Murphy's looking uncomfortable. You know, in the same way I said in the start to that game, Newcastle's job is to make Xhaka look like a centre mid, shoehorn that left back. Our job is to get at Murphy and make it look like a right winger. He doesn't want to defend. He had a bit more joy in the second half, but he's looking uncomfortable. Martinelli's got his number, and as a team to go to the next level, isolated from this game, we need to smell that sort of blood and capitalize on that, because I think we could have done a bit more in that. Even Aubameyang pulling out. The game is ours if we want it, you know. We've got one hand on the 3 points. Go out there and seize it, people. I did think Newcastle had a stronger second half, you know. They did have a stronger second half. They did have a bit more corners. They did have a, you know, the game did open up in large periods. But at times, it looked like they forgot. They gave up. It looked like they ran out of gas. They respected us too much. And we carried on with what we're doing. We played some good football. We knocked it around. You know, Ceballos was a villain against Villarreal. He won't play no part in the return game, but I think he done well. He relished it. Even Willian, you know, obviously on another day, can we sort out our set pieces and the end product? But we're doing all right in that regards, man. I did feel Xhaka on a yellow card could have been sent off, but it is what it is. Pardon me. We all saw the stupid tackle from Shah as well at the end that led to the red card. But generally, we did all right, man. Obviously, we deserved our second goal as well. It's a lovely move. We were putting those moves together. Ceballos and Odegaard played a major part in it. Obviously, Martinelli swung his left boot at it, and Aubameyang scored. And it's lovely for Aubameyang in his first start to grab a goal, you know. And this is how you know Martinelli's a bad boy footballer. He averages a goal or assist every 127 minutes. I can't lie, I don't think Martinelli's of the level fans put him yet, but he's going to the top. First touch was a bit scrappy. He's not all the time making the right decisions, but in the second half, he was unstoppable. Like I said, he started off the game for me a bit hot and cold, and then he went from strength to strength. And he's going to be a great player, man. Great player. And I think we done all right. Man to a man, I can't have anything to say. We kept a clean sheet. We scored what we needed to do. We walked away with the 3 points. We've got a little bit of feel-good factor. And if there is any momentum walking into Thursday's game, I can't really complain, really, because I wasn't really confident, not that you can blame me, going into this game. I feel everyone was good, man. Obviously, it's no coincidence. Gabriel plays, and we look at with Luiz, and he looks a bit more solid, and we look a bit solid. Obviously, you know, David Luiz, we were dreading the worst because ASM didn't touch him. He went down, and it looks like his hamstring, and he did fight to come back. You know, it looked like his season was done because of the knee injury. He's now come back. Now, as you know, when you have them little injuries there, you sometimes pick up other little knocks. So we're hoping and praying it's not serious with David Luiz, but you know, David Luiz is quite a funny character. He's quite a, you know, larger than life character. He looked on the brink of tears there. He looked like somebody that knows that it was serious. So we're hoping for the best, you know, but we've got to prepare for the worst. And this is it as well. Prince Teddy's on fire. Bang on that, people. You know, he's apparently Prince Teddy also said David Luiz's injury is not good, and he went on to say it's incredible the amount of injuries we've had. We're losing big players. It's a shame because David made a big effort. You know, the critics might say, but we've rushed him back from his injury, or at least it appears he's rushed back, you know, and then we can't really be surprised that he's injured. The critics might say, while we recognize he needs to get minutes in his legs, could you have saved him for Thursday? This probably would have happened again, but could you have saved him for Thursday? And again, that's not facts, but there's been a couple of times, you know, with how we've actually handled Bellerin's injury, Partey in the season, Luis today, a couple other players, you know, we've overworked certain players and whatnot. So I think there's a lesson for all of Arsenal's coaching staff with how we're managing workloads and injuries and stuff, because we haven't done the best. It's unfortunate, really and truly. We did what we needed to do. Newcastle did, you know, it looked like Newcastle stopped believing. They did have opportunities, but we did what we needed to do. You know, shout out to Callum Chambers. I think Callum Chambers did very well when he came off the bench. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately because I'm sure we would have preferred David Luiz to stay on. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, people. Well, apparently, we're not on 100 likes yet, but there's 175 of you, so it's not making sense. So all in all, with what we can talk about, it is what it is, man. It was, like I said, I'm happy we actually scored an early goal, maintained that, suffered no real setbacks in terms of complacency in our mind, and did what we needed to do. Obviously, when I look at it without balance, you know, shout out to Newcastle, but they're just above the relegation zone. There isn't too much pressure on us going into this game because many eyes were on Thursday, and any eyes that were on this game, many fans didn't have much confidence. That's not me trying to be negative about it. So yeah, and like I said, we're the kings of performing under no pressure, so we ain't really learned a lot. Nonetheless, it's a lovely clean sheet for all the defense and the whole team, really, because we ain't kept them. And it's lovely for Matt Ryan. You know, he's a safe pair of hands. You know, he's almost playing like a third centre half. I think he was very good with his handling, with his distribution. I actually feel he done a lot with his talking as well. He done his thing. Obviously, Martinelli got an assist and got 84 minutes. Matt Ryan's so good, I named him twice here. You know, big up Matt Ryan, our Australian goalkeeper. Hopefully make him permanent. 84 minutes for Martinelli, and obviously significant minutes and a little assist as a confidence booster. You know, it is what it is. Would have loved to have seen Balogun and them sort of guys on the bench, but it is what it is. Our captain in the build-up to the goal actually miskicked it, but you know, he grabbed the goal in his start and he scored. And for me, make sure you're at the live stream at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. For me, he starts against Villarreal, especially if no one else is fit. We do what we need to do, really and truly, you know, Saka, Aubameyang, and then for me, Saka, Aubameyang, Pepe, really, shout out Martinelli, there's every chance. You know, the only downside is obviously David Luiz picked up an injury, his season's done, and I think Thursday is a game for characters and character, and I think whatever you say about David Luiz, him, Tierney, Lacazette, in an ideal world, you would have loved that. They've got that in abundance. Apologies, I don't know what I'm talking about, 84 minutes. He played the whole game. I don't know why the word 84 is the number 84 is in my head. Apologies, like you said, Martinelli did get 90 minutes, so it's nice to see he got 90 minutes under the tank, you know, building blocks for next season with Martinelli. There is a lot Martinelli can improve. You know, I do think fans, not that they give him a free pass, it's just, it is what it is. I'm most happy that Aubameyang got a goal. The man's fighting malaria, and, you know, it's testament to him because he doesn't, you know, you wouldn't, if you just, for the last week, stop watching Arsenal, I don't think you'd necessarily know Aubameyang was fighting malaria and things. So nice to see he's good. Now I know why I keep saying 84, 86. Martinelli got 90 minutes. Odegaard, who I meant to put here, you know, he got 80 odd minutes as well. Remember, he's working his way from injury and working to full fitness. I think there were elements Odegaard played within himself, but there were some lovely passes and his link-up play was superb. Very good game, man. You know, we move. You know, in isolation is confidence, but again, now this game is irrelevant now. We've won 2-0, clean sheet, done the double over them. We move in it. It carries on our kind of, by Arsenal standards, impressive away form, if you can say that. We move, people. There isn't much more to say other than that. We've won the game. You know, you can't learn too much. We now focus on Thursday where we're going to war, people. You know, it's us or them. You know, I don't need to tell you lot about the Villarreal game. If these boys won it, it's there for their taking, you know, again, but that's down to them. Are they going to remain focused? Are they going to do elements of what they did today? Because, you know, if you do a lot of these things that you did today against Villarreal, whoever plays out there, half the job is done. Like I said as well, credit where due. I know you can discount the importance of the game and things, but man to a man, everyone was good. Martinelli was good. David Luiz, Gabriel had very good games. Gabriel defensively as well. Chambers went off the bench. Personally, I think Bellerin had one of his best games of the season as well. You know, Xhaka, I don't think anyone can get him for playing left back. He only got sold a dream by ASM once. And then they played well. It's fair play to Ceballos. I think he played well. Not Odegaard's best game, but it's all right. Martinelli did his thing. Aubameyang did his thing. And Willian was okay as well. I think Willian had a strong second half, personally. So it is what it is, people. But again, we thought we was back because we beat West Brom. Now we beat Newcastle again. and an out of form Brighton. Let's just see how the game goes, innit? I'm still begging for the season to be done. Let's just switch our attentions to Thursday. It's as simple as that, folks, really. If I put Mikel Arteta on that should be Newcastle. I got to think about the ones that are not viewing people. Arsenal match review. That's that one there, people. So yeah, man. What are you lot saying? Nice background. Would love to claim credit, but it's a simple Google image. You know, we've got a super chat. I appreciate that. You know, what have you said? Good game, DG. But was it just you can count on this team when it don't count, but when it does count, like Thursday, we're still mentally weak? That's what I mean when I just said we're the kings of playing under no pressure. There's no pressure right now. You know, there's no. Obviously, if we lost, it is what it is. But I just think it was like you said, man. I want to see that when you know if you don't score a goal, you're going out and things. So it's very much that, my guy. You know, and Newcastle didn't put us under any pressure. They didn't make it difficult for us. I'm not trying to belittle our performance because we can only play what's in front of us, but they never troubled us. You look how much time and space. They didn't make it nervous for us, really. You know, there were nothing to do, really. So it is what it is. Arsenal fans overrate Martinelli Bears, but his energy is infectious on the team. Must start against Villarreal, in my opinion, maybe. But for me, I just think he's an odd one out. Unless you're going to go Xhaka at left. I mean, man said Xhaka at left back. Unless you're going to go Saka, at left back, which I think should happen. Then I just don't think there's a space for Martinelli because I think I would start Aubameyang personally. I think Pepe should start. And I think Saka, I think we all agree he should start. Move him to left back, get Martinelli on, shift Pepe to the right-hand side and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, that could be something. Yeah, man, that's who I was on about. Apologies for any confusion started. But key thing, Martinelli got 90 minutes. Probably too good to be true. 90 minutes and a start on Thursday. But I agree with you. Like the pressure is the pressing, is infectious. His attitude is infectious. You know, Villarreal aren't that good, but we defeat ourselves. We defeated ourselves on Thursday. This is why I said if you're my guy, if they want it, it's down to them. It's as simple as that. You know, is what it is. These remaining games now is to salvage any little pride this club has now, 100%. William might be pony, but today he was all right. That's all I'm saying. Give a man credit where due, man. You know, that's all I'm on. Plenty of those players that played today. I don't rate Sabas. I don't think Xhaka's as bad as man make out, but I don't rate Xhaka. I don't think much of William. I like El Nene from a human point of view, but I don't rate him. You know, but it was all right. Like, credit where due. Luis, I like Luis, but he's a bit of a fight hazard. He was good. You know, it's what it is, man. Is where it is. We did what we needed to do, man. We did what we needed to do. Martinelli playing 90 minutes today makes Arteta's decision to play Smith Rowe up front on Thursday even more confusing. Facts, man. You know, and the thing is, when you make them decisions as a manager, it's got to work in it. When you work, we can say, yeah, but we won in it. When it's like that, we've got all the time. I've got all the time to make YouTube vids and you lot to interact and things like that. Is what it is, bro. I was happy to see El Nene, man. And El Nene is like a fan. You know, he's a nice guy, but probably should be moved on in the summer. I'm happy for him isolated to that game, man. Big up DG shows we can play well against lower level opponents when there's no pressure. Like Sheffield United, where we turned it around in the second half, in the first leg. Man, forget about the Saka Martinelli partnership on the left wing. You know, ideally you want to see a link-up play further forward for both. But man, forget that could be something. Maybe the youth could save us because Saka and Martinelli, they might be, you know, the youthful naiveties of that game. Maybe the more experienced man, they're thinking about the context and all those things a bit too much. Would have loved to have seen Balogun get some minutes. Obviously, he'll be on the bench. I say obviously. I would love to say there'll be more opportunities for him off the bench on Thursday, but I don't know that to be a fact. Arteta took a very low percentage chance with a false 9 on Thursday and he got spanked. Rightfully, lesson learned, I'm guessing. Old habits die hard, I say that. But remember, he's played Willian as a false 9. He's done it with Smith Rowe. Maybe he's thinking, we just try someone else. Oh, and then he can do that. I don't know. It will be the same back four that finished the game. I also think El Nene will play on Thursday. Boy, we'll have to see, man. DG, this kid on the right for Villarreal is left-footed, coming inside, put Saka there. Talking about Chuck Weezy. Xhaka in front of him and Martinelli further up the field and let them worry about us. And that's also a great point, and that's what I'm on. But it's all, we all might be right, we all might be wrong to a degree. Beyond just our opinions, we don't know what's going on, man. For me, if Tini isn't fit, and Arteta was saying before, Tini ain't been training, so he probably won't be involved. Who knows? Same way he said, what did he say? He said Aubameyang's not fit enough to start. Today he started, so I don't know if it's legit or he's got he's got thingy. What's the word, man? He's got ace up his sleeve, and he's playing a bit of a blinder there because he keeps us in the dark quite a lot. 242 of you. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Where are we at in terms of likes? 131. So a couple of you are being very lazy. Still need a back three Thursday. I don't mind that, People hear back three and they hear defensive. It's only defensive because we can't create. When we know we're not City. I know we're not City. Forget the golfing talent. But their system don't change. Chelsea still play attacking football. It's the framework, the framework should change. The freedom should still be there. It now comes down to our players. I'd probably would go over back four, but I hear it, bro. I hear it. Marie, Gabriel, I don't know, slap someone else on there. I hear it. Saka wing back. I hear it. I fully do. I fully hear it. Probably is not gonna happen, bro, but we can try, man. I thought personally Chambers was, but Arteta is hard to read, isn't it? Cedric ain't been playing too many times. It wouldn't surprise me based on what I've seen under Arteta that he suddenly just starts Cedric. But I was inclined to believe Callum Chambers was going to be the right back. Cedric can't get a game left back or right back, even though Xhaka might need a rest. Bellerin brought in from the cold. I thought it would have been Chambers, but obviously the injury meant you had to call upon man. So I think it will be Callum Chambers. People might say Chambers and Gabriel centre half. Is it any worse or any better than Holding in him? I'm not sure. I'll leave you lot to draw that. I personally think Marie's back in the lineup for then. I'm not sure if Arteta is going to learn his lesson, man, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind Odegaard in the 8 or Smith Rowe, really. Joe Willock's not allowed to play. Chambers from last season before he got injured, he's done his thing, man. I don't quite think he was shocking, but he got terrorized like everybody else still. I think there was a couple other players worse than him. I don't shoot the messenger. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Certain man might say Bellerin's played his way into that team on Thursday based on how he's played. I don't know. I'm not saying me. Do not shoot the messenger. That's it. You shouldn't close any door to Joe Willock. Every option should be open for Joe Willock, my guy, to leave permanently, to go on loan again, or to come back and be part of the squad. It's down for Arteta and Joe Willock to have an honest conversation and see where everybody's at, man. I like El Nene. He gives Arsenal something different. He's more rugged, but I think this Arsenal team needs that. If he adds goals to, that's the icing on the cake. I don't want to rub out El Nene, but he's good for these 5 standout performances, really. El Nene's a squad player, but nothing more. As much as a fan, there's romance behind him scoring and we're happy he scored, bro. He's not levels, man. In an ideal world, him, maybe even Chambers, they're contracted to the same length of time. Could we be playing them into the shop window? I don't shoot the messenger. I asked the question, I never said me. I knew man were gonna come for man. Bellerin just thrives when there's no pressure. Don't gas him, DG. Legs in midfield is vital for Thursday, in my opinion. Jacques, Partey, Saka, and Smith Rowe as a midfield 3 together. I'm not too sure for a semi-final for the first time ever. I don't know about that, but there could be methods to the madness. If Bellerin plays like this, he can really help us win Thursday. I just lost all hope in him to be consistent. 15 mil, I take a lot less than that. If Cedric is in the doghouse, Bellerin is better on the right than Chambers. Chambers is a centre-back regardless of his best efforts. Disagree. I agree with the fact that he's a centre-half. I think he's better than Bellerin based on what I've seen right now. If you gave them a 38-game period, it might be different, but I think Chambers is a better crosser, really and truly. So, yeah, it is what it is in that regards, man. Bellerin played okay, but no, he will fail the team on Thursday. No chance he starts. Hey, man, allowed your opinion. Man, you match delayed for 7:30, bro. That's a mad thing. Absolute mad thing. Is what it is, man. It's good thing it's bank holiday, then, isn't it? Good thing it's bank holiday. But yeah, man, it's fantastic to actually win today, people. Should we get into let's quickly get over the player ratings, people. A nice one where we can actually have positive player ratings for once. Let me set this up. So lovely. Like we actually had we've seen a good performance from everybody involved, people. So yeah, man. Wait, before we get into that. Suck your mum, rude boy, Stefan. You're not smart enough for that. Suck your mum, man. You idiot. Come on now. Like, be a bit smarter with that one there. Anyways, people, time to discuss the player ratings. Now let's start. Let's start. Let me scroll down because that's the timestamps. And in fact, you lot can't even see what I've got here. Big up the 254 of you. Please make sure you're checking out the pin message and hitting the like button. But let's get into the player ratings. Matt Ryan. You know what? I'll give Matt Ryan a 7, you know. He didn't have much to do, but I was impressed with his distribution. I was impressed with his talking. He came off his line a couple times. You know, I forgot to mention it in the game, but he did make a big save as well. And he was even off his line then as well. He did all right in that regards, you know. Big up the moderators then, bro. He's a rookie. I'm trying to ignore it, but that's a rookie thing, fam. Nah, man, after, bro, the fact that man didn't even try and, you know, when they, at least a couple man try and make it a bit mad so you can read it and you get twanged like Mr. Maths and Debate, or at least I was like, raw. My man's made Debate one. That's the one they run on AFTV all the time. So what an idiot, man. You know, what a twat. So back to this anyways. Matt Ryan gets a 7. I was, you know, it's a quiet game from him, but I was impressed with what I saw from him. So I think he gets a 7. He done his thing. He did his thing. Hector Bellerin, you know, I have to cap it a bit because it weren't the greatest of games from Newcastle, but I give Bellerin a 7 still. I think it was a confident performance from Bellerin. You know, a couple moments where he was reverting to type and being narrow and that, but I think he done all right. He done his thing. Who else is there? David Luiz. I was impressed with Luiz. He was involved in the game and things like that. He did his thing. Luiz did his thing as well. Unfortunate about that injury. Sorry, but to go back to Matt Ryan, obviously with Matt Ryan's performance, this is what I want to see. People are asking, is it going to be you or Leno? Obviously, we know Leno is going to start in the Europa League, but it's another game where Matt Ryan, you can't ask him to do anything more. When he played against Villa, I'm sure, did nothing wrong. When he played today, made a good save and was good across all them other aspects, as I've just said. You know, Leno isn't going to play, but the best he can do is present that question. Obviously, against Fulham, he's being involved with his head in goals. I like Matt Ryan because, like Callum Chambers, Matt Ryan knows what he can and can't do. He knows the sort of goalie he is. He don't be trying to play out from the back if he knows he can't do it. He waits to the moment. He's very street smart. You know, I can't lie. I can see on other days, a bit like Leno, he's very quick to come off his line and that could present issues, but he's smarter with it. And you can tell he's a bit more commanding. Like, I do think Leno is the better goalie if Leno is in form, but it's not about that. I just think Matt Ryan's performing a bit better. I think Matt Ryan, as a keeper, surely you're looking for a calming influence, and I think Matt Ryan possesses that. So he gets a 7. Bellerin gets a 7. David Luiz gets an 8. I feel Gabriel deserves an 8. Like, I'm extremely biased to Gabriel, of course, but I think he had a good game today. You know, the whole team shut up those front men, but he was good with his distribution. He was setting it from the start. I was impressed with the 2 Brazilian centre halves still. Granit Xhaka, I feel he had a good game. I think he deserves a 7. You know, I've seen some people saying he's having a bad game. I respect opinions, but I think he had a very good game, people, really and truly. Yeah, man. I don't think anyone was quite 10 out of 10, was 9 out of 10. I think everyone was decent still. So yeah, convincing performance. If I look at the midfield now, El Nene, I'll give you a 7. Nah, I'll give you an 8. You played quite well, El Nene. Plus, you scored. I'll give you a bonus point. I think El Nene played very well today, really. You know, it's a couple sideways passes, but he's actually trying to play it forward. And a couple times, he's actually saving people. He's unfortunately not unable to have a brace today. I think he did. Sorry, people. I think he deserved the brace as well because his shot got taken off the line. Obviously, who played with him? Odegaard. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7 for Odegaard. I think the second half will save him and he'll get a 7. I don't think he was bad. I don't think he was amazing. I think he had a good game. The link-up play was there. I just know I've seen him play a bit better. I know he can take it to the next level. Like, the link-up play was there. It was a bit all right there, man. I think I'm torn between a 6 and a 7 for Odegaard. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because we won and kept a clean sheet. I'm going to go with a 7, but on another day, it might be a 6, just so you lot know where my thinking is at. You know, the harsher critic indeed, you might say. The fan in me saying a 7, the football man in me is saying a 6 in it, people. So that's that. Who else am I missing out? Danny Ceballos. I think Ceballos had a good game still, you know. I can't sit here and cap. I think Ceballos had a good game. And Odegaard was involved in the build-up for one of the goals, as was Ceballos. I can't lie. I think Ceballos had a very good game. I know he was a villain. I think Ceballos had a good game today still. Maybe could get higher than a 7, but I'm going to give him a 7. I think his passing was good. You know, I think Ceballos was calm today. You know, I think he had a good game. Who else is there now? It's just the front three, right? Excluding the subs. Aubameyang, I think your performance was on course to get a 7 from me. I think he played quite well, but then he scored, so I give him an 8. Give him a bit of tax because he's working his way back from malaria. You know, again, probably a 7, but I give him, you know, malaria tax. It's unfortunate, but the man, you know, his health is in problem, so I give him a 7. Martinelli, I think Martinelli's a 7 as well. Like, I don't think he done all right, man. To be fair, it's an 8 still. You got an assist. You burnt up Josh Murphy. I do think fans gas your performance a bit, but nah, man, nah. I'm gassing it. I think I'm going with my heart. I'm going with a 7. I'm missing out someone who helps played. No, William, you was a calm 6, man. You did your thing, but William, it feels dirty. I feel like I'm doing William dirty because I don't feel William was significantly off the pace. But I think he was involved in the second half a bit more. But I just feel this is what I feel in it. I think William was calm, man. I might give him the benefit of the doubt, but that's me temporarily. In terms of subs, you know, Chambers, 7. You came a bit of a completely different game to Louise. You were winning your battles in the air against Wilson. You was doing your thing. You did all right. Partey, who NA really. He's not on the field long enough. Pepe, NA really. You know, the game was done. Damage was done by then. That's the 3 subs for Arteta. You know, I can't. Well, if I'm sitting here when you got your decisions right today, so I'll give you a 10. You know, I can't ask the manager to do anything else. Really and truly, you know, I wanted Balogun to be involved. That's about it, really. You know, would I revive any of the ratings? You know, revision of ratings. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'll bump up Williams. I'll give everybody credit where due, man. I actually feel everyone played all right, man. So I'll do it with that. You know, it is what it is in terms of it. I didn't see a drop off in any quality in our team. We move in it. It is what it is in terms of player rating. So as I've said, Matt Ryan a 7, Bellerin a 7, Louise at 8 for me, Gabriel at 8 for me, Xhaka a 7, El Nene at 8. You know, El Nene, man of the match contender. And I would also say my man of the match contenders, I would say, guys I really thought shined. I actually feel Louise prior to his injury as well. You know, not to say nobody else didn't play well, you know, Martinelli as well. I feel low-key even Xhaka, but I'll go with these lot. But again, you know, it's nice to see. Who would I give man of the match to? I'll give El Nene the benefit of the doubt because I'm very critical when you've played poor. I'll give it to you. But in my heart, it's probably between the 2 Brazilians in Gabriel Martin and Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel. I actually would have probably given it to Louise if Louise stayed on the field. And again, that's the only downside about the game is there's another effing injury, unfortunately. And you're always scared when man pick up injuries where it's not a direct result of collision. Well, we're all scared when Martinelli got clamped, but you get the point. That's my player ratings anyways, people. Respect you lot's opinions. We can agree to disagree and whatnot, but it is what it is. Like, I'm sure that always happens. I'm either being too generous or too nice. William got his 7, bro. Williams got his 7. I gave Arteta a 10. I can't ask him anymore. Bro, you said you was asleep for the game, Act. So are your opinions capped? I don't advocate drugs, Harry, but do your thing, my guy. Nah, I feel Partey and Pepe is forced. They didn't the game's done by then, man. No, it is where it is. 7s for William. You know, I can't believe it. 7s. You know, he's moving mad. I do wish Martinelli got a goal. You know, 8s for Martinelli. I do think fans are gassing up his performance a bit. I don't do half ratings, so it can never be a 7.5 or 8.25, and you defo don't get points for nearly scoring, man. It is what it is. Bellerin, defo don't get the 8 man of the match for me. Of course, the game meant something because if we lost, we're ready to shout, fam. The game always, like, to be fair, had we lost, we'd all be here critical. I can't use that against him. While I agree, we can only play what's in front of us. Pepe did look decent, but the game's done, in it. Like, I feel whenever I feel like I'm forcing ratings, I'm never gonna give one. You know, I'll give them all 5s and 6s, all off the bench, apart from Chambers. Chambers played significant for me, and plus, it weren't like we was grabbing him, man. He technically didn't set up the goal. But I wouldn't give Bellerin man of the match because I don't think he was up there for 90 minutes. You know, you can, you know, we've won the game. Every one of those players could be man of the match. I think Matt Ryan's my man of the match way before Bellerin, and I know he didn't really get tested. Really and truly. What's your ratings? 7 for Matt Ryan. Yeah, man, you've done a bag of them. Shout out to you, Prince. But the main thing is that they all came through injury free, with the exception of David Luiz. Bit of confidence in the legs. You know, the people that came into the squad took their chances, and then we can kind of move people, really and truly. We have to see what else happens in that regard. Is there anything I want to see? They're doing the social media blackout in it, so I don't think Arsenal.com are gonna update anything. Are they really and truly? Let me see. Oh, in fact, well, if there's a match report, what's going on? What the hell? Post game report. That's not it. Apologies, people. That's just Arsenal's post game report. Why is it so? No, I just want to hear what Arteta had to say. So yeah, man, let's see what Arteta had to say, people. For those of you that want to hear what Arteta had to say, let me bring that up for you. Not before we make another timestamp, people. Arteta, that's not how you spell it. Post game comments, people. So, that's so thoughtful. So yeah, let's get into his post-game comments, people. That's a much-needed confidence booster, isn't it? I'm not too sure it's a much-needed confidence booster or is a confidence booster. It should just remind us that we can score goals, we can win it. But even if we came into this on a winning run, it shouldn't change so much. Because again, look at the context. A win's a win, but it shouldn't, I don't think we should need confidence. We should be of the belief of we effed up on Thursday. We go to war on next Thursday, and nothing less than a victory is needed. Forget the confidence booster. If anyone that really gets confidence off in a game like this, the confidence is too volatile for me. Maybe for the players that barely play, the Martinellis, if you could say that, Leno's, not Leno, Matt Ryan and things like that, but not really. He said, yes, we needed the result, that's for sure, not only for Thursday, but for the way the team has played in recent games, and it hasn't been rewarded. Well, the way we played against Fulham and Everton, no, we didn't deserve the game. It's true that on Thursday it was a game of two different halves. Yeah, it is, but there's only one game and 90 minutes football in isolation. I know there's a second leg, so we can't keep dividing and slicing in 4 games and focusing on positive 20 minutes. We need to just work on what we're working on. And he said, and this is the best way to prepare for that game, but the Premier League is important. The players that haven't played so much played a lot of minutes today, and they show that they can really play at a high level. That's true. Did we see the importance of scoring that first goal in the match, in the game, which we haven't been able to do recently? Yep. Yes, absolutely. It brings confidence. It puts us in control. I think the team controlled the game really well, and we had periods of a lot of quality. I fully agree, Arteta. The timing, the movement, the understanding, and the chemistry between the players was really good. We scored a good second goal as well. The second goal was a thing of beauty. Now, critics might say we can only do this under pressure. I'll leave you lot to draw that conclusion. For El Nene, he said, we've seen him score some great goals in Europe. It's his first Premier League goal today, so you must be delighted for him. He said, yes, you can see it from his reaction of his teammates that he's a really popular character in the dressing room, and he works really hard every day. He behaves the right way, and he only thinks about the team. We love El Nene. He's a cool guy, clearly very humble, does what he needs to do, but we need to remember it's a football team, so a decision needs to be made in the summer. But isolated to this game, El Nene did his thing. It's been a really difficult time for Aubameyang as well with his illness, and he's needed a goal today for his confidence. How is he percentage-wise? Is he nearly 100%? Now, Arteta told us he wasn't fit enough to start, and now he started. So again, I think he's throwing some sort of smoke screens going into Thursday, like he did last week with the whole Tierney, Lacazette, them and they are fit. Arteta's been conning us bare this week, and I've been falling for it all. But in relation to Aubameyang, who got significant minutes, he said we needed to see how he could cope. On Thursday, he was only able to play 10-15. He had some difficult days just before training. He felt better before the game. I spoke with him and he wanted to start. He managed to play more minutes than we expected and scored a goal too, and also came out of it injury-free because, as you lot know, yes, he's been missing out through malaria, but when you've been missing out, sometimes, like probably with David Luiz, you might pick up a hamstring knock or whatever. So I'm happy that Martinelli, after that stupid red card from the Newcastle player Shaw, they've come out unharmed. Now, Luiz, I think it's a blow for me to accept because I think Thursday is a game for character, and I think it was perfect for Luiz. But anyways, he was asked on if he has big decisions to make on Thursday. He said, yes, We need to pick the right team to beat them. And then on the substitutions, which are key in Europe, we'll go for it. Well, you take too long with the subs, broski. You're bringing on man in the 90th minute last game, but fair play. And in relation to if it's made decisions difficult, maybe I'm not too sure if El Nene's played his way into the plans. I don't know if he's going to go Xhaka in the midfield, but I'd be inclined to believe not too much. That's not going to change his thinking, really. He rested the team with people in mind. The Aubameyangs, the Odegaards, Xhaka, they're playing. They probably have a chance of starting on Thursday. El Nene as a result of Ceballos, but I don't think I'm going to see Callum Chambers Chambers might, but I don't think Chambers is going to start. I don't think Martinelli is going to start. I think they deserve to start, really, but it is what it is, man. He said, on the huge game that's coming up on Thursday, what did you learn from the first leg that we can take into the second leg? There are certain things in Europe you have to be aware of. In the box, you have to be really on it. Discipline is massive as well. And that's our case for our 38 Premier League campaign as well. It's not just Europe, but that's what our gaffer Arteta has had to say. He's kept it short and sweet. Not that there is much to talk about in this game today, people. It is what it is in that regards. Oh, what's that? That was a bit mad still. 315 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Man United versus Liverpool is delayed. As you lot already know where we at in terms of likes. 186 likes. Not bad, but it could be better. We move. What hell is going on there? Yeah, Kante. Come on, man. Fix up, man. Like, he's got to be smarter than that, bro. Like, bro, they're trying, bro. We're smarter now, man. It's like a defender that's been ripped. You start dropping off a bit, man. Please, whoever's doing the racist thing, like my man said, moderators patterned that. We ain't got no time for that. 9 out of 10 for the stream, broski. 25 out of 10. What do you mean? What am I being marked down for? What's going on? What's going on? Bellerin at right back on Thursday. He's played his way into the plans, but Bellerin maybe, he might be up for it. Chambers might get a look in. Cedric brought out the wilderness. I'd go with Cedric if my back's to the wall, but it's a bit mad still. Big fact. Hopefully we can do that, man. Hopefully we're going to need to come back, man. We're going to need to do that, man. And now, bro, I'm focused on that 1 point. What do you mean? It's a 10, bro. Bro, we'll give him whatever. You doing a watch along for the United game? Nah, man. Come on, man. This is the third live stream. Man, I have to rest now and enjoy my little Sunday, man. Eat my dinner and that. I might, if when is it kicked off? Yeah, it's not moving like they're playing. So I wonder what happens to the Spurs game. Well, the Spurs game shouldn't be affected. It should be affected on TV. But yeah, man. It is what it is in that regards, family, man. Good evening to you too, my guy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm really going to miss Luiz in the second leg. Facts, broski. Going to miss him as well, man. I miss him as well, but we're going to have to get through it. Injuries are part of a season. They happen, innit? We're going to have to get over the line somehow, some way. The man, they're going to have to do it, bro. They're going to have to do it, man. Is there any other Arsenal-related news? Make sure you're checking out the pin message as well, people. The grind don't stop. That's information in relation to the next live. Let me drop the link in the bio. Come on, Dallas. Bless, man. Ideas for Aubameyang. I'd start Aubameyang personally because if you're going to do the false nine thing, you have clearly, if you're not going to start Martinelli through the middle, if you're not going to do the false 19 with someone like Pepe who's done it under Bielsa and you're going to throw Smith Rowe there, you might as well just start Aubameyang. He has a couple of days to rest, train again, get even a bit fitter, do his thing. I'm actually cool with both of those partnerships, but if I'm real, you've always got in the back of your head a madness is going to happen. I don't even think we need a world-class right back. I think we just need a competent and consistent right back personally, but it is what it is. I hear you, though. I hear you. Luiz is a huge miss. If his injury is serious, we need him and Tierney back for the final if we make it. Well, we need them back for the semi-final, but it's a madness, man. Is he? Is he craving more? Your mum's bumble claw head. Are you mad? Suck yourself. Come on, man. Come on. Fix up, man. Fix up. Man, I'm not even trying to be. Man, I'm not even trying to be unique with this thing. We're coming into a big game. We need to stick to the basics, broski, and concentrate for a large period. Mesut Ozil regret. I love Mesut Ozil. I wouldn't say we're regretting him because he's stinking up the joint at Fenerbahce. I'm not too sure. Gabriel holding Thursday. I think we're going to see Marie. I think he's probably still going to double down on Xhaka left back, Marie holding Chambers. I don't think he's going to change it. He might. I wouldn't mind Odegaard at 8, man. Wouldn't mind. Bro, I'll go, brother. You will not catch me anymore because if your name sounds mad, it's the first letter. Like, I've learned my lesson. If you do that, you're getting blocked, bro. We ain't got time for nonsense, bro. Ski. Man, are big men out there, you know. You lot stop playing with your balls and go out and talk to women or something. You might stop doing that, fam. Come on now. But back to the football. Football is for the fans. Owners need to remember that 100%, 110%. I can't lie, Odegaard ain't it. Bit harsh. Would love to know your reasons, you know. But it is what it is. I must admit, I've become more of a fan of him, really, if that makes sense. You know, I thought, you know what, he's got the techers and that. I like him, but I think fans were doing it over the top. Then I'm on the hype train now. I can't lie. I want to keep the guy, but he's a bit of a madness. I would like to see Martinelli start midweek, but I don't think it's going to happen. This is as well, Martin. We got to remember Odegaard's working his way fit, and he was playing on an injury as well. That's another thing I think Arteta, in hindsight, needs to learn from because we've kind of gambled with Odegaard's fitness. He's gone away and picked up a knock in international, and he's played on it, and he's got injured. We've obviously done the same with Louise. We've done it with Partey. As much as I don't rate Bellerin, it's happened with Bellerin as well, folks. So I do think there's something in that regards, people, that we could be a bit more focused on. Let me make sure I make sense in that regards. Arteta does seem to gamble with fitness. That's just me personally, man. Who would you say is Arsenal's best performer since the start of the season? Saka. The Sakas, the Tierney's, Gabriel's for me. Partey's been meaty by his home standards, but him, the same old 5-7. There's not really one. I'll give it Saka, really and truly. No, I don't mind. It's funny, bro, but it's like, come on now, like, try a bit, you know. It is funny as long as these guys just know they're sad, and as well as sad, this shameless. Like, come on, bro, ski, man. When your mom does that to me, bro. United at 7:30, it's a madness. Absolute madness. I think that's a bit harsh. Odegaard does press, and I do think he has heart because when he turned it around against Leicester and West Ham for us, no one was saying that, man. Odegaard realizing a purple patch gets you a career at Arsenal. I didn't really realize man were onto him, man. Man are onto him. And this is it, man. I'm forgetting him, but man got short. Football fans got short memories, man. It's cool though. Everyone's allowed their opinions and all those sort of things. There is what it is. 208 likes, people. I appreciate that, but let's keep that one going. We can at least bag a 300, man. Oh, listen, I don't even like to get out man's mum and that, but the man they make it easy, man. Pepe, I wouldn't say best, but Pepe's been doing his thing. You know, Pepe's been doing his thing. Odegaard can be hot and cold. Like I said, before he took that jump in form, do you not remember when I used to say the best praise I could give him is that he looks like an Arsenal player where Arsenal used to be. And the worst criticism I can give him is that he looks like an Arsenal player. I think that's the case, but I think he's not fit, man. I don't think that's true because I think, you know, I want my players to be able to pass the ball, really. And Bruno can pass the ball for those that are thinking. I'd rather we go for Buendia. That's fair as long as a creative man is here. Thoughts on Scottish football at the moment? My guy, I'm not here watching Scottish football all the time, so I'm not really the best guy to sit here and watch. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Rangers. I see a couple. What's that team, man? Is it Hearts? One of them keep playing a couple young players, man. So that's all the thoughts I've got, really. Kilmarnock, shout out to Kilmarnock for trying to stay in the league. Shout out to Zach Bedley for being on loan there. Saka and Tierney, defo. Yeah, you can vote Nico, really and truly, man. Odegaard has 2 goals and 0 assists so far for Arsenal. He must have an assist. Someone review that. And either way, I don't really care, because he still looks like a wavy player, man. I just want us to fix creativity. I know I'm asking for a lot, but it would be nice to have a 10, a couple of 8s, a 6. You know, Arsenal need need bare things, but we're not gonna get it overnight, man. It's gonna be mad. DG, big for the commentary. Hopefully next time I don't need GPS. I appreciate that. Hey. No party slander, but part. Do you know what? K, I agree but disagree. Cause man, not onto party. Man's onto everyone, really and truly. And the way we're playing, it's a bit mad. I can't lie. Hella mess at United Stadium, innit? No wonder it's taking a couple hours to play that, man. Don't even think that. Like, it's just about what you're doing, man. Fair play if he doesn't have an actual assist, but I'm not gonna let that sway me, man. I still think he's a decent player. I think we should try to get him on loan again. Sure, he ain't got assist, Reed, boy. You know what, Prince? You're normally confident, so I'm gonna take your word for it. But no, the ones there that I have to check. Oh, that one's beaky, man. That's like a couple man trying to say Joe Willock's eligible to play today. If he ain't got no assists, he ain't got no assists. But I think he could do a lot better. To be fair, he doesn't. That's why I think another loan is best for all parties, man. But it is what it is. Love for that. It's G-Med in the building. Bro, I've got more time for Odegaard. Well, you can't really say Odegaard's spine of our team because he's not here permanent, but I've got more time for the rawness of Gabriel, the underwhelming to a degree over Partey and Odegaard, because them man, they are better than what we have. Them man, there, even with this, I'm not saying they don't need to improve. They've added something all in their own little ways, man. That's how I feel, really. You know, I don't care. I don't know about pre-assists. I don't even care about pre-assists. It's if you're good or not. You know, how many goals and assists does Iniesta have? Did Iniesta have? If we looked at all the legends, all their stats, most bare legends got robbed stats across some degree. Of course, I'm not saying Odegaard is a legend. Of course, I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying when you watch the games, do I think there's a lot more to come or should come from Odegaard? Yes, I do think there's been a drop-off since that injury. But, you know, I wasn't impressed when we first signed him. I was like, yeah, it looks all right. But then since he did his little, was it Benfica he helped? And then the West Ham. And then before that, I think, you know what? There's still question marks, but I think he's decent, man. And I think that's where fans were too extreme. I feel we're too extreme to the point of Martinelli where man just look at him like he's the Messiah, and it's no criticism. But when that youthful naivety that you love him or love about him wears off, you're gonna question him. And I think it's too many extremes in football. You either think someone's good or crap. It don't mean that a man, you know, there is an in between. You know, big up Kieran Tierney. I don't know where you've been, but all we've done is speak about El Nene, man. Come on. That's the age-old story about David Luiz, innit? Should he go in midfield? I think we're too late in the day now, man. I don't think we're going to see it. I do think he'd be a decent DM. In an ideal world, I'd probably play him under me. Not that I'm a manager. He played defensive mid rather than centre-back for me because he's not my sort of guy, but it is what it is. In relation to the lineup, you're gonna have to wait, Khalid, for Thursday, man. Wednesday. That's the preview business. So we'll focus more on Villarreal tomorrow, where I'll ask you a lot about, you know, a couple questions and things, and you lot will be there. And Wednesday we'll focus on lineup and things like that, man. People forget the eyes and stats need to go together. Like the IQ is there, man. You know, I'm not being funny. Certain man, some of you lot's names, I've seen you ride for some ish players. Come on, man. There's a lot to come from Odegaard. I can't deny man's a baller, man. Credit where due. Like I said, everyone's allowed their opinion. Oh, bro, I was shocked still. I can't lie, bro. I thought you were making that up, Prince. I had to question you, but that's why I never questioned the members them. There was a madness. A madness still. But like my man said, the IQ is there. Martinelli is a breath of fresh air. You have to give El Nene some praise. Get me. The man's taking part in Ramadan and he's the fittest man on the field, you know. Can't wait till he's allowed to break fast and get some fluids and things down him, man, because food and fluids, because it's difficult for him to be able to do that. And all the Muslims that are taking part have my respect and focus on football. When you see Fofana, Hakim Ziyech, you know, I know Hakim Ziyech is still playing fasting, but the performance in the semi-finals in the FA Cup is crazy. And as usual, Ramadan Mubarak to my Muslim viewers and things like that. This is it, bro. Bare footballers got meaty stats. I don't know about Perez though. You know, I'm a big Perez fan, so let's remove that comment ASAP, man. What's good, DG? Is it important to sign a centre back? I think we need a centre back to be able to help Saliba and Gabriel, but centre half, right back, couple of midfielders, man. Would love that, man. Nana, I hope you're well and safe, and I think everyone is well and safe on behalf of, well, speaking on behalf of everyone. Aubameyang is back. Hopefully, my guy. Hopefully, Odegaard needs to get his rhythm back. Hopefully, he'll be at his best next week. I pray, and all you lot drawing him out Thursday when he does the business is what it is. It really is what it is, man. Pogba and Benzema too. Exactly. There's too many Muslim footballers for me to remember them more, of course. But big up to all of them taking part, man. You know, and not just them. I'm sure there's Muslim firefighters, doctors. You know, not even just the doctors and them sort of jobs. There, just everything in life, man. Doing a mazza, like, still have to, you know, just because you're fasting, you still gotta do what you're doing to get paid. You still have to look after your children. You still have to do whatever. So, you know. I appreciate some, like, I got a couple Muslim friends and a couple Muslim people I know at the gym. Them and they are still working out. I'll be like, boy, that's a myth, you know. And the heat as well is not making anything any better for anyone. So absolute madness and nothing but respect for them people there, man. I would love a backup left back. I don't know no one off the top of my head, but you put me on the spot. But we need that, man. We need that. Where are we at in terms of likes? 225. There's 304 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, people. What else is there? Is there anything else regarding Arsenal? I don't think so, folks. I really don't think so. So it is what it is in that regards. Let me browse the net. Actually browse the net for you guys. Do that. Arsenal have been linked with is it Gwendo Pizarro? Batistoni? I think, can't quote. Been linked with him, whatever that make of that what you will. Why is this taking forever to? Why is it freezing? What's going on? Apologies, people. Yeah, that's no. We've linked with that. We're linked. We covered that yesterday. What are you lot saying, people? Get your comments in before you wrap up. Just make. I can't lie now. I'm just making sure them ads are in that watch along. No, we gotta make $1, bruh. That's that. There we go. It's been a war in football, I suppose so, bro. I suppose so. You know, we want to get to a world where there's peace and things like that, but it is what it is. Where's my phone charger before this phone dies on me? What's going on there? Appreciate that. Someone commented that was a great stream. I appreciate that. Stuff like that keeps the guy going, man. What else he saying? I spoke about Aubameyang. Happy he scored, man. What would be your signing if the Spotify takeover, bro? Let's get our done, bro. Big up the United fans for them. DG goated for these streams. I appreciate that, man. I just came back from Sunday League 1 3-0, 1 assist. Now watching your stream. Big up yourself, Harry, for doing your thing, man. Shout out to you. I don't want to hear Kolasinac Shakadu sided, bro. Shot them man there, man. Bro, people are allowed their opinions. I wouldn't say Aubameyang set the world alight, but his movement was good. He was involved in the link-up play. I think Aubameyang was tidy away from his goal. Goal's just the icing on top of the cake. You know, you're never going to get Aubameyang doing what he was doing last season because his form has been atrocious and the man is getting back to health. But fair play, whoever said that, they're allowed to say that, man. A man said a Spurs fan has been spotted attending the Old Trafford, entering the Old Trafford trying to steal a trophy. There's always one. They caught a little stray. Martinelli start on Thursday. Ooh, maybe. You know, there's no reason to deny him that. Fans need to be heard one way or another. Kroenke out. That's something as well. Would have been lovely to see the fans chanting that at the end of the game had it been available, people. But I can't lie, people. We've covered the game. We've covered a bunch of other talks. I'm going to get out of here, people. Before we get out, what did he say about Reece? Did he say anything about Reece? What did he say about Reece Nelson? I can't just say that and then, you know, I can't get out without hearing that. What did he say about Nelson? I can't see anything on the website. Someone rise up what he said about Reece Nelson. I can't leave until I hear that. Reece Nelson. But I can't see nothing. No, I don't see nothing about Reece Nelson. I don't see nothing about Reece Nelson, bro. William, you must be selling dreams. Big up the Trinidad ones as well. Ginger beer, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I'm not a fan of that still, but it is what it is. I can't see nothing about Reece Nelson, so I panicked there. You know, I'm a big Reece Nelson fan. Trust me, I don't know what he said about Reece Nelson, so I'm just gonna have to take your word for it. But you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Put me on what? Like said Nelson. As long as he didn't say, you know, Edward Dick in hands scissors or some mad stuff that these people come up with. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, man. Cedric, I don't know what Cedric's got to do to buy a game, but it is what it is in that regards, people. It's been a pleasure being with you lot, but it's time to get out of here now, man. I've done 3 live streams. I actually just want to shower, eat, and relax. I've been sweating like a pig, people, but you know, we go again tomorrow. We go again. We go again. I would like to say I'll be here for the United game, but who knows, man? It is what it is. I appreciate everybody. What did he say? Arteta says he wants to do better with Reece, but there aren't any competitions to play him in. So that tells you, you know, Reece ain't doing enough to get played. That's a dead excuse. If you can't get game time in a dead rubber game in this, you're not doing something or you're not doing nothing to be in favour. The manager don't fancy you. Either way, he's got to pattern up. But on that note, though, I'm out of here. You know, any comments that surface, I'll circle back tomorrow at 11:30. Make sure you're all there, people. And if not, make sure you've hit the like button on it. Either way, look, there's one hater, bro. That's all tomorrow. And somebody's hit the dislike button. You get some mad haters. But on that note, I'm out. People, God bless.